you've been moving yourself into a more cognitively based, intelligent energy, and the strategies that you've been gaining for yourself are moving you into a place where you are able to take enlightened action on a goal that you've had for a really long time. And the goal in question is kind of in regard to how, like, you yourself, your passions in this life and your identity, and how you apply those to the world around you. So it looks like you're taking your skills right now and kind of strategizing on how to apply them to your life in a way to where it becomes of service towards you and other people. Mostly, like, I see on the forefront of your mind with this specific goal, you are really concerned with how it will affect other people and how it will like reach other people. But I think that you're kind of coming into this energy right now of understanding that you need to apply those systems that you are kind of devising for yourself right now to yourself before you can apply them to other people. I do have a channeled song for your reading, which I don't always do, but it's September by Earth, Wind, and Fire. And when it popped in my head, one of the things that caught my attention was obviously in the song he specifically mentions the 21st of September. And that's about the end of Virgo season, and when I'm filming this, we have actually just begun Virgo season. And Virgo, it sits between Leo and Libra on the zodiac wheel, so it's really concerned with taking these energies from Leo season, where like we're concerned with like our ego identity and our passions and our self, and it grounds them back into this like earthy energy in preparation to move into the Libra energy of like diplomacy and grace. So with Virgo, we see a lot of like applying of systems. We think of the best ways to do things, and we're very discriminating with how we spend our time, how we apply our thoughts, and how we like the directions that we're heading in, why we do things, how we do things. And it seems like you're really coming into this place right now of like it's not just about like making sure that you're putting your energy into the right things that you want to grow. It's about removing your energy from the things that you don't want to grow in your life, and from things that you don't want to nurture and foster anymore. Another thing about Virgo energy is that it's a particularly like mental energy. It's like a cognitive energy, and you do have a lot of Gemini energy in your reading as well, and those are two of course there are intelligent people in every one of the signs, but particularly like the energies of Virgo and Gemini, with it being mercurial specifically, those are signs that are very concerned with like cognitive abilities and like communication and being like quick-witted, and I feel like that's really the energy that you're stepping into right now. You are being pictured here in this Lover's energy, and in the particular deck that I chose for you, it's the Lady and the Lord. And the Lovers, well, of course it does talk about like relationships and stuff like that. On the traditional Rider-Waite deck, with the feminine and the masculine being represented and guided by an angel, it is also representative of the different energies that exist inside every person, learning to commingle and like move that person forward with an enlightened outlook on who they are. And like with Gemini, of course, you get that energy of being a mirror to yourself and others, and I feel like you're really able to look at yourself right now, and you're able to really be like almost like critical is not the word, because you're not being harsh on yourself, but you are looking at it from a very unemotional standpoint and being like, okay, I want to change this, this, and this, but this, and this is great. I want to keep that. And I think that you really are like putting a lot of work into actually becoming more of a cognitive person. Like you have the Page of Swords over here, and I almost feel like you're in this energy of like you're really taking your own education into your own hands. And like it may be the case that you are in school, but that's the most obvious meaning behind that particular message. But more specifically, I'm getting the energy of, like, if you are in school, you probably have like something on the side that you're teaching yourself. Like, this is specifically something like where you are very much in control of what you're learning, and you're specifically developing the skills that you think that you're going to need on your next pathway. It may be the case that wherever you are right now, it hasn't like previously been offered to you to learn specifically what you're learning. And there's also the energy of, like, even if you're not like specific, like, it may be the case that you're not like specifically teaching yourself a new skill, but it may be the case that you have a hobby that you put a lot of work into that maybe is not like an easy hobby to get into. Like, one that comes to mind is like astrology, where there's a lot of like background knowledge that goes into like even grasping the concept of that, like, that particular like field. So it may be something like that, or like art, where you're like learning a lot to even be able to like start something. And it seems like you may be the type of person who has those type of hobbies where it just requires a lot of learning, because it seems like you are like, again, like very like cognitively leaning, and it seems like it is fun for you to do things like that, whereas it may strike another person as being boring. But it seems like that energy that you've brought yourself into, like, you've observed a lot from what you've learned and what you've taught yourself, and that's like bringing in those new strategies for how to approach what you're moving into next. And it does seem like you are a little bit more like confident within yourself. Again, like with that Virgo energy, I feel like you already have moved through a lot of like coming to terms with your own self and your own identity and like how you shine, because you're being represented here in this Queen of Wands card as well as the King of Swords. And I feel like you've really found that like duality within yourself, again, like the male and the female, like, or masculine, feminine, yin, yang, however you want to think about these energies is fine, but they are commingling within you right now. Yeah, it seems like there's this energy of almost like refreshment as well, like all like the stagnancy that you may have experienced in the past. It seems like it's all gone. Like, you've like almost had this like re-energizing of how you think about things. It really does seem like you're really excited about how you're thinking about the world around you right now, and like how like the passion you feel for the things that you're doing. It seems like you're really excited to be learning the things that you're learning and thinking about the things that are being presented to you right now. But yeah, thank you so much for letting me read your cards. I really appreciate it.